Hello everyone, this is Jennifer Fox and I am going to be talking to you about your participation in the Teacher's Choices Awards. And this video is primarily to help you understand the whole review process so we can be consistent across all of our ratings. But I also wanted to take this time to introduce you to the website that we've created that will house all the information that you will need, and your field leader will be giving you the website address so you can have this at your fingertips anytime that you need it. So first of all, I just want to thank you so much for agreeing to be a part of this project, and it's really you, the teachers, that make this even a possibility, so we really appreciate your help. So as you may or may not already know, the Teacher's Choices Award, those were established by the International Reading Association as a way to draw attention to noteworthy literature that meets two specific criteria. The first one is that it needs to have a curricular connection. And the other is, these are those books that might not be taken off the shelf and read by children without an adult, a teacher, introducing them to that. So as you might think, Diary of a Wimpy Kid and Captain Underpants, those type of books are not eligible for this award because they don't meet the criteria. They are very motivational and they encourage students to read, but they just don't meet the two criteria that we're looking for. So one little reminder before I get into the review form itself. If you are a primary grade teacher, your field leader will probably need you to read higher grade novels as well, and please just be flexible and open to that and help wherever it is needed. You're going to be reading and rating books that are in a different grade level than you teach, and that is okay. You still have that knowledge that you can tell if that was appropriate for that grade level. So just be open to that. So in order to ensure consistency and reliability across all reviewers, I decided to make this video so everyone can have the same information. So I'm really just going to talk you through a review using the review form. So I'm here on our website and I put the review form in both places. So if you're a field leader, I put it on your page here. And if you are a reviewer, I put it on here as well. So I am just going to review directly from here because it's really easy just to do it right from the website. Before I go through the specific steps, I wanted you to know that your field leader will actually be the one who gives you deadlines, distributes books, and tells you about the rotation of the books. And that's up to that field leader. So just be listening to them to know what to do once you do have the books. Also, be on top of your reading. We are going to have lots and lots of books come through here, and we need to stay on top of that to follow the timeline that's also attached to this website as well. You can look at that. Okay, so on to the fun stuff, reviewing the books. In order to make the data collection a lot easier for us, we decided to do a Google form, which I've just embedded in this website that I created. And this will collect all the reviews, and it is easily accessed here on the website. So when you receive the books, they will be already labeled in two different ways. One will be the level of the book, denoted with a colored dot on the back of the book toward the bottom. And then the green label is for K through 2. The yellow label is 3 through 5, and the red label will be 6th through 8th grade. And this is where you will also write your initials and a check mark after you are done reading the book. So you'll just put your initials and a check mark that says you have read it once, because it needs to have 2 reviews on it. The other label close by will be the Teacher's Choices Award logo, and that's just to remind where the books came from. Before reading the book, I would also recommend that you look over the review form because it'll help you to get in your mind an idea of what you should be looking for as you're reading. On this first page, it really just asks for really the information on the book, the author, the publisher, and all that. So you just have to tell what color dot it has, and then if you would use it, and this is your preference, for a read aloud or for students to read independently that are in these grade levels. So keep that in mind. Even if you teach first grade, if you're reading a 6th through 8th grade book, you need to think, would I use this as a grade level in a 6th grade, or would I use it for them to read independently? And then you also have these ratings, which I'll go over just a little bit more in detail in just a second. So after this page, you'll be asked for curricular connections, and so you'll be able to choose as many of those as you need. And then the last page is an overall rating on the book, and you just need to think about that, and I'll talk a little bit more in detail about that in just a minute. Okay, so I'm just going to start filling this out. So of course your name, school, SBU, but you'll put Stockton or Dadeville or wherever you're from. The field leader of your school, this is going to make it easier for us to keep things, so I'm going to act like I'm from Stockton, to keep things organized on our part. The book title, the one that I am going to review is I Pledge Allegiance. It is a book that is all based on the Pledge of Allegiance. And you notice, though, if my book does have a D, an A, or an N at the front, I want to take that off. So if it was the bear comes to town, I would put it like that, comma the, because we need to alphabetize these without that. And then I'm just going to put George Brown. And the publisher, you can just look on the inside cover, Penguin Books. Okay, and my book has a yellow sticker on the back, so I know that that's intermediate, and my preference would be for a read aloud, because this book, the I Pledge Allegiance book, talks all about the Pledge of Allegiance, but it goes into a lot of rich vocabulary instruction that you can do, and so I would use it for a read aloud for my students. So their ratings, make sure you're thinking, okay, for a read aloud for second graders, for third graders, does this book reflect high literary merit and aesthetic qualities? In other words, you're looking at the style, the content, the structure, the language that they use, rich vocabulary, and even the illustration. So be looking at all of those things. So I'm going to say yes. Would this book be discovered or fully appreciated without an introduction from a knowledgeable educator? I'm going to say, you know, maybe. The pictures are really fun. Some of them are cartoonish. They might grab students' attention. So I'll say somewhat. And does this book have potential for enriching the curriculum? Absolutely, because obviously it has potential for social studies. So after those, you're just going to put continue. And now possible curricular connections. Now, if you notice, if I would have actually put no, does this book have possibility for curricular connections, I would not have to fill out this part of the form. It would actually jump to the overall rating. So choose which content areas this text would enhance. You can do as many as you want. I'm going to do social studies and art, and just because those two are things that I think would be really promoted with this book, or enhanced maybe with this book. And I'm going to say national symbols, national pride, being a good citizen. And you can just put one or however many you think, and then push continue. And then this is overall, the rating based on the above criteria. And this is really, really important. And the reason is because we cannot have 400 books that all have a 3. So you need to be really stingy when giving those. So a 0 did not meet criteria. In other words, maybe it did not have curricular connections at all. The book maybe was just awful. The illustrations were stereotypical. They were inappropriate maybe. And this one means pretty much I wouldn't even put it on my shelves. It was a horrible book. The number 1 means fair. It's okay. It's not one that I would really seek out to show as a model for my students. You know, it might be okay as one that is just on my bookshelf, but I wouldn't really use it to teach with. So that's fair. And number 2 means good. It means you like it, but it's not exceptional. It can teach good things, and it's just a good book. It's not over the top. It's not excellent. It's not, you know, just wonderful. And it is okay to give a book a 2 or a 1. We want you to really be stingy with those 3s. So the 3 means it's exceptional. I mean, I just love this book. I can already think of several ways that I would use it to enhance my curriculum, and I would definitely tell other teachers about it so they can use it too. It's those ones that are just over and above anything that you could think. This would be the first book you would choose when you're teaching about this concept. Okay, so I'm going to say the Pledge of Allegiance book, it was good. It wasn't excellent. Now, the last part, we want you to tell us a little bit about what you think, how you think teachers could use the book, what type readers would benefit most, special considerations, and those type of things, or outstanding features, or even, you know, if there are some things that are inappropriate in the book, tell us there. In this little section, it's going to help us as we put together the annotations for the texts, and also as we pick our top 5 in each of the 3 categories. This is going to be a really important part of that. So I'm going to say to teach rich social studies vocabulary. And you can put other things as well. So when you're done, you're going to submit the form, and your answers will be automatically calculated or recorded for you on our spreadsheet, and that's really helpful for us. So remember, after you have read and reviewed the book, please put your initials with a check mark beside it on the colored dot that's on that back cover, so you can just write on that dot. And if you're the second reviewer, you need to take the book back to your field leader so they can decide what they will do with the book, who gets to keep it on their shelves, or if it goes in the library or whatever. Or your field leader might give you other directions, and that's fine too. And so I just want to say a last thank you for your participation in the project. We are so excited about being able to distribute free books to teachers, and I think it's really going to help and enhance your curriculum, and we really couldn't do this project without you. So thank you very much.